Wanted to talk a little bit about Mitt Romney today and explain why I'm not voting for him in the 2018 Senate race in Utah. So one of the main reasons why I don't feel comfortable voting for Mitt is because he changes his stance based on what's convenient for him. And so in his 2010 book, No Apology, Romney wrote, "I believe that climate change is occurring. The reduction in size of global ice caps is hard to ignore. I also believe that human activity is a contributing factor." So we see at this point he is coming out and saying that climate change is real, that humans are main part of the problem. As he's starting the campaign in 2011, running for president, he repeats this view. He emphasizes that it's important for humans to reduce emission of pollutants, greenhouse gases. He explains that these are contributing factors in climate change and global warming. But then he changes his stance. We see in late October he's at a rally in New Hampshire, and he all of a sudden claims to be a climate skeptic. In this meeting he states, "My view is that we don't know what's causing climate change on this planet. And the idea of spending trillions and trillions of dollars trying to reduce CO2 emissions is not the right course for us." So we see him drastically change his stance. He goes on to later mock President Obama. He says, "President Obama promised to begin to slow the rise of oceans and to heal the planet. My promise is to help you and your family." And we need to understand why he changed his stance on climate change. So he changes his stance on climate change around the same time that he starts to associate with the Koch brothers. And so he attends an Americans for Prosperity Summit, and so that's the Koch brothers organization. Just a reminder, the Koch brothers, they own Koch Industries, huge in just a huge oil company. Of course, they don't want people to believe in climate change. But he goes and gives a speech at an Americans for Prosperity Summit, and this is when he starts to change his stance about the same time. David Koch goes on to embrace Mitt Romney, he backs him financially. He throws this huge fundraiser for him, which he charges $75,000 per couple. Romney showed in that election that he is malleable, that he'll do what is beneficial for him politically. Romney, when he was in Massachusetts, he governed as a moderate. And all of a sudden, when he's running for president, he proposes a lot of really extreme tax measures. He goes far to the right because that's what the base wanted. The same way that he did that, we see him criticizing Donald Trump. Trump's running for president. And to be honest, I'm a fan of him criticizing Trump. But then, as soon as Trump was gaining a lot of momentum, Romney was quiet on him. All of a sudden, he's going and meeting with Trump for a nice dinner as he's looking at a cabinet position. And so we can see that Mitt just changes his stance, changes his actions based on what's beneficial for him in the moment. And so we have to ask ourselves, if he's elected to the Senate, is he really going to stand up and be a check on President Trump's power if the other Republicans in Congress aren't? Would he even speak out in a similar manner to John McCain, Jeff Flake, anyone like that? Based off his past, I'm not so convinced. That's why I'm going to be voting for Jenny Wilson in fall of 2018. With Jenny, I believe that you are getting a candidate who is going to be consistent. She's not just going to change her views based on what's convenient. Being a Democrat in Utah is not easy, and say that if she was a political opportunist, it would have come out by now. She would have been doing different things. So I'm going to be voting for her. I encourage you to do the same. If you have any questions about my video, a lot of it comes from the book Dark Money. This is one that I recommend strongly if you want to understand what's going on in America today. And it's going to do little to stop us from entering into a second Gilded Age.